Hey friends, Shay here. So today I am here. So in this video, we're talking about Kindle Unlimited recommendations. So I don't have any manga on this list. This is strictly a book list. I do have a manga digital only list coming your way soon. So definitely check out that one. But for this, we are going to talk about books and book series on Kindle Unlimited that I absolutely love and adore. So the first one I have here is the Beasts of the Briar series. The first book is bonded by Thorns. This series is a Why Choose Beauty and the Beast inspired story in which we're following a woman and the four seasonal princes of the Fae realm. So you have the Spring Prince, the Summer Prince, the Autumn Prince, and the Winter Prince. And I really love how this is going down. They are chunky books, like they're over 500 pages, I believe, each of them. I think that's necessary for this series because you have to develop so many relationships. And it's working so well for me. Like, I am thriving in this moment. Like, I love these books so much. Izzy and I have buddy read all of them, and we both really, really enjoy what's going on here. So the next one I have here won't be a surprise to anybody who's been around my channel a while, and that is the PrimMating Agency series by Regine Abel. I would honestly say anything by Regine Abel. Like, I haven't really had any duds from her, so I would recommend her in general. But specifically, the PrimMating Agency series is a series in which there is an agency where people can go to be mated with people from other planets that would help benefit the, Prime Directive, Star Trek style civilization that they all live in. And so they go and kind of make deals with all these more primal, more primitive situations and planets to help them develop more, but also to make a connection with the natural resource there. The first book in this series is the weakest by far, but I love the series as a whole. They're all pretty much standalone, so you don't have to read them in order. I've read them in order just because I found them as they've been coming out. And I do think there are some overarching macro plot situations going on that it might be beneficial to read it in order, but you don't necessarily have to. If you just want to give it a taste, find the plot that speaks to you the most and give it a try. But we tend to get 2 or 3 of these a year. I really enjoy them, and I will read them as long as Regine will write them. The next one I have here is Barbara Davis as an author in general, but specifically The Echo of Old Books and The Last of the Moon Girls. So if you like historical fiction, The Echo of Old Books will be more your style. If you like more contemporary fiction, then Last of the Moon Girls will be more your style. I've talked pretty lengthy about both of these. The Echo of Old Books in my Goodreads vlog that I did towards the end of last year. And then in my first January wrap-up, I talked pretty lengthy about Last of the Moon Girls. So I'll leave both of those linked down below so you can check those out for more details. But I highly recommend Barbara Davis as an author. I've really enjoyed everything I've tried from them so far. So the next one I have here is the Married to Magic series by Alelykova. So the first of these is a deal with the Elf King. So these are lower spice romances. So if you're looking for super spicy romances, these aren't going to scratch your itch. But these are very fantasy heavy romances in which we're following characters that are being married to different paranormal creatures. One's the Elf King, one's the Vampire Lord, one is the Siren Duke, and one is the Elf King, Fae Prince? I don't remember. Anyways, there's 4 books that I've read so far in this series, and that might be all of them. I don't know. Or 5? I don't remember. I've slept since then. I don't remember. But anyways, we've got all these that in the deal with the Siren Duke, it kind of ties all those stories together. So I do think you need to read that one last. But I think the others you can kind of read in whatever order you like. So the next one I have here is the Elham Witches duology by Zoe Abrams. So the first one is The Moonlit Dance, I think. This is the first one. I don't remember the title right now. But this is a Howl's Moving Castle inspired Why Choose situation. I do wish this had been a trilogy instead of a duology, if I'm honest, though. because I feel like the second book felt a little rushed on some of the relationships. So I wish we had another book to kind of flesh all of that out, and it would have worked a lot better for me. But I still think this is a really great series, especially if you are a fan of something like Howl's Moving Castle. This one might scratch that itch. It is going to be more explicitly smutty, so I think it's a good time if that's what you're looking for. The next recommendation I have here is the Housewitch Universe by Delamock. They're a Canadian author, and in these, a lot of people say it was Howl's Moving Castle, but I wouldn't say Howl's at all. So we have a grumpy witch hero who comes to work at the castle because his magic works within what he considers his home. So he makes the castle his home, and he's able to magically take care of lots of different things and has very powerful magic within what he classifies as his home. Outside of anything he classifies as his home, he has zero magic. So it's all about him and the politics he gets wrapped up in and the woman he falls in love with. And it's a good time. There's a trilogy, a bridge book, and then a spin-off series featuring his daughter, which I'm really loving. The second book in that just came out, and I'll be reading that very, very soon. The next one I have here is the Deal with a Demon series by Katie Robert. This series is so fun. These are her monster romances, and it's all tied together in a bigger political world, of course, and it's so well done. I really enjoy them. And the first one, The Dragon's Bride, there's a double peen situation that worked really well for me when I was reading it. And it's just, each book has been such a delight. Like, I've really enjoyed all of them. The newest one is coming out soon, and I can't wait for more. It's just so, so good. And I would highly recommend it if you like monster romances. The next one I have here is the War of Lost Tarts trilogy by Carissa Broadbent, aka the Daughter of No World series. This was one of my favorite reads of last year. I love this series so much. I will be reading the conclusion here soon. Brianna and I just have to sit down and decide when we're starting it. And it's so, so good. I can't get enough of it. And I really love this take on a woman with magical powers. She's been enslaved. She gets to a point where she's able to buy her freedom, and her slaver won't free her from it. And so she takes matters into her own hands, and it causes political problems. And so she journeys off to the one place where she thinks she'll be able to get help, and ends up paired with this grumpy man who ends up being the love interest. And their dynamic is something I thrive on. There's a lot going on here, and it's so, so good. I don't want to say anymore because I don't want to spoil this book, but this series is so good. I definitely recommend it, and I cannot wait to keep going. The next series I have here is the Duskwalker Bride series by Opal Rain. The first of this is A Soul to Keep, which has so far been my favorite, but I've only read the first two. A Soul to Heal has some tropes that don't work for everybody, and one of them is my least favorite trope, so it just took me longer to read this one. But A Soul to Keep is a 6-star book for me. A Soul to Heal was a solid 4-star, so it still wasn't bad. It just has some tropes that I don't necessarily get along with. And so I would highly recommend checking out this series. It is greatly inspired by two of my favorite franchises in the world, which are Ancient Magus Bride and Demon Slayer. So they kind of meshed all of that up into a book series, and I'm really loving it. I'm very much looking forward to starting the third book here very soon. And yes, I'm absolutely loving it. And then the last book I have here is Deceived by the Gargoyles by Lillian Lark, another one of my favorite reads from 2023. In this one, we have a why choose situation with a female witch and 3 gargoyle brothers. And I love everything about this. It is so, so good. I cannot get enough how good this was. I'm hoping to get to the next book in the series here very soon, but I really just thrived in this book and thrived with these characters. Each of the guys felt distinctly different, and I just loved them. Well, it's not 3 brothers. They can, out to the outsiders, they're brothers, but they are all in a relationship together, and then they decide to add her to kind of fill out the coupling. And so it worked really, really well for me, and I just really loved it. So those are my Kindle Unlimited book series recommendations. I'm pretty sure all of these were series, because even Deceived by the Gargoyles is the first in a is it the Monster Bathhouse series? It's the first in a series too. So all of these except the Barbara Davis books were series. So I hope this gives you lots of things to go and check out on Kindle Unlimited. One thing I forgot to mention is Regina Abel is also BIPOC, which is not a commonly known thing unless you've done some research on her. So if you're looking for BIPOC authors, that's another one you can definitely try out. Anyhow, with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are here just because you love me, send me something related to a monster romance. So like a dragon or an octopus, which would be a kraken or whatever. So something related to a monster romance. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.